Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Trinators, and we are It's Your Body Season 4 Finale. Hi, good evening, and a very good Friday evening to everyone. My name is Stephanie.
My name is Jasmin.
And I'm Shi. Yes, yeah. We have been, on our change of body journey. It's been actually the fourth season, as you hear it rightly. Actually over the last 8 weeks, we also focusing on exercises. If the audience out there, you have been following us on our Change Your Body program, at least for the past 8 weeks, what we did was, we have been going out every Sunday, at least 2 different locations now, to have our morning exercise, where we did a total of cardio as well as strength training, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so basically that's actually once a week, which we know is definitely not sufficient. As a rule of thumb, minimally you need to exercise
3 times a week.
So what's the 3-3-3 rule? 3 times
130 heartbeats every time.
and at least for
30 minutes.
Yes. So we will still continue with our weekly exercises, but like what we always share at the end of our Sunday exercise. Please feel free, because it's never enough to just exercise once a week. Feel free to play the video and do it at least 3 times.
Yeah.
But today we also want to move on, and we want to cover a very specific area with everyone. Okay, and we are going to talk about diet. Okay, so for those of you who have just joined us, welcome. We are the Terminators, and we are Change Your Body Season 4 Finale. If you can, help us like and share our video. Today, I want to, as you can see very clearly in our background, you cannot exercise your way out of a bad diet. Yeah, so this is a key reminder. That's our key message for tonight. What we want to focus on really, I think throughout the whole Change Your Body program, we have been sharing about the importance of diet. And we also have been highlighting and advocating a very important rule, and that is the 70% diet and 30% workout. Okay, that is really the key success in any of the weight management program, be it whether you are looking at weight loss, whether you want to gain muscle, or if you are looking to simply just maintain. It is always the 70-30% rule, as simple as that. Okay, so today, yes, we want to talk about diet, but within diet, right, Jasmin and Shi Yun, it's also a very wide ranging of topics and stuff. So we are not going to blabber on for the next 20-30 minutes, about everything. We really want to be very focused. So I'm going to just pass on to Shi Yun and Jasmin to elaborate a little bit more about what exactly is our key focus for tonight. Shall we do that?
Yeah. Okay. So back to me. So as we have been always emphasizing, 70% of the diet is really very important. So we are always focusing on the topic which is called calorie counting. So previously we have been mentioning it online, but we are going to recap quickly today. So calorie counting, right, is actually basically on your daily input of calories that you take in, and the calories that is used off by the body. It's in minus out. Okay, so if this concept of calorie counting you have, right, if let's say your daily input is in and out is equal, right, so your calorie will be at a sustainable level. Okay, so with this calorie counting, if let's say it's equal in equals to out, you are not gaining it and you are not losing it.
Do you have something to show on?
Yes, actually I have a slide. It's about explaining what is calorie counting all about. Okay, then the next point which I'm going to touch on is the calorie counting in the aspect of, if let's say your calorie input is lesser than your calorie output. Okay, so if let's say your calorie in is lesser than your calorie out, means you eat lesser than, and then you work out more, right? Actually you're losing calories on a daily basis. So with this losing of calories, right, actually you are burning more excess calories from your body. So in this way of your calorie counting, you can actually lose some weight through the burning of the calories itself. Okay, the last one is about the calories. If let's say your calorie input is way more than your calories output, okay, so you'll be a calorie in surplus. Sorry, okay, yeah, calorie surplus. Yeah, so that this calorie surplus, right? Actually, it will be more easily to gain weight.
Okay, I think we have to. The slide is somewhere we move forward. There is one that is on
Calories counting.
Yeah, just
Yes, okay, yeah, this is the slide I'm talking about. Yeah, the calorie in and calorie out. So like I mentioned, if your in is lesser than your out, is deficit. So deficit mode, right, you can actually lose weight much easier. Okay, and then if let's say your calories is in the maintenance mode, means in equals to out, right, same, yeah, then you are like no change to your status, means your weight will be maintained. Okay, and if in the event, if let's say it's calorie surplus, meaning to say your in is more than your out. Okay, you gain more energy in, then you will have a weight gain. Okay, so this is basically the easy mathematical concept of calorie counting. Okay, yeah.
I think we also, I think we want to start off with that because I think this is the most basic, also concept. If you're on a weight management journey, I think everyone is actually familiar with calories counting. And for viewers out there, if you have any question on this, you heard Shi Yun talking about in and out and all. If you have any question, we do want to encourage you to actually put in your comment. And feel free to just post or give us any thoughts of calories counting so far. But I think like we shared today, we want to go deeper into calorie counting. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because we have been ongoing about this very simple concept of calorie counting. But do you guys actually know that actually for different body types, the calorie counting is slightly different?
Yep.
Yeah, because you can see, right, if let's say you put me and Stephanie as a comparison, you obviously can see we are of different body types. For me, myself, right? I'm much bigger, much bigger. So for me myself, actually I'm a little more body type.
Okay, why don't we just do a quick game with our audiences?
Yep.
Okay, can you guys still remember, what are the 3 body types that we have shared? I think we have shared in more than one episode
Yes.
of our program. Actually, there are 3 basic type of body type. Okay, no prize, but just for the fun of it, anybody want to try?
Input.
In the comments below.
Yep. So there's one that starts with, there are 2 that starts with E.
Okay.
I think I mentioned one of it. Y'all catch it just now, okay?
So actually, basically, before you're waiting for your response. Yeah. So actually, basically, what we generally understand mostly about calorie ins and calorie out is that as long as I have my calories in lesser than that of calories out, then that means that I'm able to lose weight. But sometimes when you see that if you have been dutifully doing all this, right, counting your calories, sometimes you realize that somehow you might not be able to lose your weight or may not be able to lose your fat, because what actually goes into our calories does matters a lot as well. Okay, so today we're just going to go into the specifics when it comes to calorie counting. That means it also does matter kind of nutrition values, macronutrients actually goes into your calories as well. So for example, right, if let's say we compare 2 food that is of the same amount of calories. For example, let's say we have 1 kg of broccoli versus 1 blueberry pie. Okay, all right. So 1 kg of broccoli, right, and 1 piece of blueberry pie actually have the same amount of calories, about 300 calories.
Okay.
So if you just go by the calorie in and calorie out method, right, you're just like eating the blueberry pie will not be very good for eating 1 kg of broccoli, right? Even that concept. Actually, when you break it down into the macro nutrients of the different foods, right, you realize that 1 kg of broccoli actually gives you 70 grams of carbs, okay, 30 grams of protein, and 0 grams of fats. But when you go to blueberry pie, it gives you 50 grams of carbs. Okay, but I give you 13 grams of fat, only 2 grams of protein. So you realize that sometimes, given that if you just only look at the amount of calories each food has is actually not enough actually to help you in your weight management goals, be it to lose weight or be it to gain muscle as well. So remember there was a time I said that carbs, right? Actually, carbs, protein, and fats have different three main macronutrients
that we want to emphasize tonight. When we talk about macronutrients, we are emphasizing that you have to look at the carbs, protein, and fats. Right?
Yeah. These are the three main macronutrients that we actually look at because it makes up the majority of your body composition actually. So for this, right, actually for carbs and proteins, right, it's actually per gram of fat, per grams of carbs and protein that you intake, it actually give you 4 calories. But each gram of fats that you consume, right, actually give you 9 calories. Very, very much different. If you are eating something that is very high in fat, most likely you are going to have very high in calorie consumption.
Yeah, actually, just when you were talking about this, because sometimes I suddenly remember, I just thought of like chicken rice. A lot of times we keep thinking that, oh yeah, chicken rice, I know it's very high carbohydrate because it's a lot of rice, and then you realize that the tea, so you keep thinking that it's a high carbohydrate meal, right? But a lot of people forget the amount of fats that's in the chicken rice. Because, not just from the chicken meat, but how the fat go into the chicken rice itself. That's why it makes it so fragrant, right? When I look at chicken rice, the Hainanese chicken rice breakdown, so on the macronutrient fats itself alone, it gives you, because just now, Jasmin, we want to recap, every gram of fats contribute to 9 calories. So, chicken rice itself, right? If you look at just the fat component, it's 300 over calories already. Not to even mention about the carbohydrate, and the other one is protein. So from the fats itself, in the one plate of Hainanese chicken rice, the fats contribute 300 over calories, which is why it's no exaggeration when we say one plate of Hainanese chicken rice can easily go out to 600 calories. So I mean, when you're talking about that, because we keep thinking chicken rice is like, wow, carbo, very heavy carbo, but a lot of people forget about that. So this is really something that we really want to share, about the 3 macronutrients and how it affects our calories. Right? So sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. Because I think one of the main thing that Stephanie brought up is that, a lot of times when it's very easy for us to pick up things that is high in carbs. When we see that it has a lot of rice, it has a lot of noodles, it has a lot of, that there is high in carbs. But it's very hard for us to take something that is high in fat. Because it's just hidden inside the fragrant rice that you're eating, or the sauce.
The sauce is the killer.
Your salad dressing, your salad is healthy, but your dressing is very high in fat, even though it might be just like a few mouthfuls. So you realize that many times is actually every food that is very high in fat is something that is very hard for us to detect in our daily consumption as well. And also, right, not just about knowing the macronutrients or breakdown of your food, it's also very important, right, to know your BMR, your actual BMR, okay, because that will determine your calorie in and out, right? Okay, you'll determine that how much you should eat. Okay, if you have to eat lesser than your BMR, then you have a possibility of losing weight. If you eat anything more than your BMR, then you have very high chance of gaining weight. Okay, so that is a very rough rule of thumb. But now, if you want to know about how you want to eat, like how much of carbs you want to eat, how much fats you want to eat, and how much protein that you should intake, it actually has to depend on the 3 different types of main body types that we actually have been mentioning throughout our different seasons.
And congratulations, actually I saw some.
Is it?
Actually quite a lot of correct answers online. You have been paying attention.
So I think just for the benefit of the program today, let us just recap what are the 3 body types. Right? Is the ectomorph, the mesomorph, and endomorph. So we will touch on that a little bit more. But yes, those who got it correct, congratulations. You're very aware, and I hope that you are aware of what body type you are as well.
Okay, so now we actually want to share about the different body types. Okay, if we'll recap about what defines the different type of the body types and how the recommended diet should actually be like based on your macronutrients also.
Yes.
Okay.
So for that, I'm going to start off with ectomorph. Maybe if I can get our dear friend here to just, okay, thank you so much. We are showing the, oh my God, is that ectomorph? Because I can't even see.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So although, a quick recap. What is ectomorph body type? Ectomorph body type basically, is very thin and lengthy. Our dear friend here who is helping us with the slide is basically quite
ectomorph.
Example. And in the very, we have this saying, kam cek,
Yeah.
Some of you, you don't know that. Basically, no matter how much you eat, very difficult to gain weight because they also have very high metabolism rate. Okay, so it's pretty much they can actually look themselves with very carbo heavy, meal, and they are not really affected by it. But basically, the key characteristic is really, as you can see from the visual that they have provided, right? Is really tall and like very high metabolism rate. So you see what happened, right? With on the chart itself, right? Okay, if you are an ectomorph, okay, based on the 3 macronutrients that we are talking about, the proportion itself as a general rule of thumb, right, is 50% carbohydrates, okay, 20% fat, okay, for those of you, you can refer to our visual as well, and 30% protein, okay. And I want to show you the next chart. So based on that, Jasmin has, taught us how do we calculate. Remember, every 1 gram of fat equals to 9 calories. For protein and carb, very easy, they are the same. Every gram of protein or carbohydrate equals to 4 calories. So now let's look at ectomorph. So friends out there, if you are the ectomorph body type, pay attention to this. What we are going to show you is actually, so how much calories in the end are you consuming? You see, so based on the 50% recommended carbohydrates, I just want to assume, right, over here, what I did is I assumed that our dear friend is trying very hard to gain muscle. Okay? Yeah. So, when you are trying to gain muscle, you actually can intake some kind of a surplus because, but don't forget, including exercises as well, okay, for effective gain muscle. So, so as a generic guideline, for illustration purposes tonight, this is based on 1,800 calories. So what's calculated is if you take 50% of 1,500 calories, right? It gave you the amount 900 something that's showing there. Okay, because I can't even see it myself. Okay, that is your 1 day. Okay, so that is 900 over gram of 225 grams is actually per day, yeah. Yes. Okay, and then you have to divide by 3 meals. Yeah. Okay. Assuming if you take snacks in between, some of you please be truthful. Okay, don't say no. A lot of people more than just 3 meals. You can have a snack actually, but it's just part-time snack. So you can portion it even further by maybe say like 70%, 30%. But over here, right, what I did with if you use 225, you just have to divide by 3 meal. Then it gives you the total gram of carbohydrates per meal. Okay? So it's so important that you need to know because you are basically calculating based on using your 1,100 calories and then your portion. Okay, so for ectomorph, right, we are saying that as a guide, it is 30% protein. So you use 30% times by 1,800, that gives you 40. Okay, yes, okay, and then you have to divide further, 3 meals, so that you know each meal you only have that amount of protein. And same goes for the Okay, so for those of if you feel that this is useful, you can actually, I mean, either you screenshot or you can, I mean, if this is on Facebook, you can always watch it again. But this is actually how you calculate, and you do realize that. So you can imagine, right? If you really look down into just more than calorie counting, and you look into your macro yourself, and knowing how much calories you're supposed to consume, then you have to be very careful, and you know very clearly, oh, wow, you know, this amount of fats already contribute to how much of calories. This is exactly what we need. It makes a lot of difference if you look into this area and not simply just counting the calories itself. Okay, because I am clearly not an ectomorph body type. As you can see, I'm not tall and lanky. I am actually okay. So we shared previously that there are standard 3 body types, but you know it's not always perfect. Most of the people are always caught in between. Okay, it's a hybrid. So I just want to have an illustration for myself, right? It's actually I've included an example. I belong to the endomeso, which is like a skinny fat. So basically, you know, it's like naturally quite slim, but you know, I basically can kind of like put on weight very easily. One is due to poor diet and lack of exercise. Like if I actually for my body type, once I actually load just a little bit more carbohydrates, you know, over a period of time, it is very, very obvious. Okay, so yeah, for the benefit of those who are belonging to meso, which is what we call the skinny fat. If you belong to this diet, to this body type, I've also shared the portion of how much fat, how much protein, and how much carbohydrate that you can take. And then based on the formula that we have shared, you can then calculate how much exactly you're supposed to be. And you know, some people, I also want to make use of this you know, a juncture to kind of share a little information, because some people they are just thinking that, oh dear, I'm not too sure what exactly am I now, because I may be very thin last time, but suddenly, you know, because of your body type can change because of aging process, diet, you know, and you know, hormonal change and a lot of things. Okay, so as a gauge, right, it's best to reflect back what was your body type during your late teens or young adult, and use that. That would be actually your closest reference. Yeah, okay. So I just want to share a little nugget of information here. Kind of think back when you are in your late teenager and into your early adulthood, that will actually represent your most accurate body type. Yeah. Okay. So that is actually our calculation on ectomorph and myself, who is an endomesomorph hybrid. How I would actually base go in depth into more than just calorie counting. Okay, moving on. We want to share on the next body type.
Okay, the next body type, right, is our mesomorph.
Mesomorph. What is mesomorph?
Okay, so mesomorph are the very fortunate bunch of people. Yes. They can build muscle easily, they can lose weight easily. So if you have a mesomorph, it's just like you have the best of both worlds, okay? Yeah, but it's also not easy because like what Stephanie mentioned just now, most of us are actually hybrid types. Yeah, and our body type wouldn't just stay the same throughout. Even from your late teens all the way to young adults, all the way to, you know, as you grow older, it does change according to your dietary habits and also how you actually go about your workouts as well. Okay, so for mesomorph, right, one of the most fortunate things is that they can build muscle very, very relatively easier than anyone else.
Anyone mesomorph out there, can you ask me?
Yes. Because I also think that mesomorph is a bit difficult to, you know, you have to see mesomorph around. As I find that lah, okay. Most of the time I see endomorph. That explains why my size, But anyway, and one thing is that, right, because they are so balanced out, so in terms of the way they eat their macronutrients, they are also very balanced. So their recommended diet for them is actually 40% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fats. Okay. So actually, like just now, Stephanie was saying that if someone want to build muscle, right, they usually go for a higher calorie diet in order to have that volume to buff up and to build muscles as well. For Mesomorph, right, okay, depending on their goal, you can actually build muscle. You can also lose fats as well.
Yes.
So, but generally their diet actually can be quite balanced and evenly distributed out, well-rounded, and they need not cut out like any food unnecessary. Like in the case for sometimes when it is if it is what I want to say, if it is like endomorph, for example, then in that case, then probably they cut out carbs a bit more. Yeah, but for Mesomorph, they don't really have to cut out any particular type of food. They just have to eat balance. The key is balance. Okay, so yeah, very blessed one. Yeah, but I think such ideal types is also very hard to find. Yeah, that's why it's like most of the times when you can actually be in like during your late teens, most of the time you might be in the Mesomorph stage. But as you grow older, because of your living habits, because of your lifestyle, diet especially, you can actually become more of like an endomeso.
Yes.
Even. Yeah, so I think I feel I'm in the category of endomeso. Yeah, because I do realize that I can build muscle quite quickly, but at the same time, it's not easy. When I eat a lot of carbs, it's very easy for me to grow fat. Yeah, so that's why there's this hybrid also for myself. Yeah, and also they can also burn calories quite quickly for Mesomorph.
Yes.
Yeah. So for Mesomorph, very blessed. Always bear in mind, we are most of the times hybrid. So we actually need to get a kind of diet that is a balance between two different types of the hybrids. All right. Okay, so what is the other recommended diet for the another body type?
Yes, the last but not least, the endomorph body type. As you all can see, right, I have been the endomorph since my late teens, okay? Any endomorph out there? Endomorph, please let me know we are there. In this journey with me. Okay, so for me personally, right, I've been endomorph since actually my secondary school days. Yeah, so it's been a torturing process for me, because endomorph basically, right, the body type is more of like the rounder, then your body can has accumulate fats much more easier than the other two body types. So you can see, visual. Yeah, you can see it more rounded, like more pear shaped. Overall, your build is more bigger, and then you have more fats accumulated on your limbs and even on your trunk area. Okay, so that's like the signature of the endomorph. Okay, yeah. So endomorph people, contrary to the mesomorph, right? Actually, you cannot have a balanced diet. You need to control your diet even more strictly. Reason being because we gain fats much more easier. Okay, and whereas our metabolic rate isn't that high, so we have to really cut down on our carbohydrates. So for the recommended proportion, right, for endomorph itself is actually 20% on your carbo, okay, your 45% on your protein, and also a 35% of fat. So as you can see, the carbo is greatly reduced to less than your protein level itself. So this is actually a way where you can help your body to control the build-up of carbohydrates, where it will be slowly turned into fat because our metabolic rate is really much slower. Yeah, okay. So for the endomorph itself, right, you all can see from the chart itself, it spells out the proportion of the macronutrients that you should take. And really, one point to take note for endomorph people out there like me, you really have to avoid your high carbs diet. Yeah, high carbs, which is like your refined carbs in a way like your rice, your noodles, even your bread and things like that. This is a really must cut down one. Okay. Yeah, so if let's say moving on to our next slide, right, I have also did up an calculation based on the detailed calorie counting for endomorph people. Okay, as you all know, for endomorph body type, we are looking at to lose body weight, lose your weight. Okay, so for example, for me, the assumption that I take the calories count, right, on a basal metabolic rate, I take it as 1,002. Okay, because for myself, for example, in my
Yeah, maybe use your own.
My own example, my basal metabolic rate is at about 1,004.
Okay.
So for me, because in the overall mathematical terms, if I were to lose weight, I know that I have reduced my overall calories.
Yes.
So for endomorph, I choose actually 1,002 calories as an example because I will have a deficit of 200 calories per day daily on a daily basis just by controlling on my diet. Okay? So with 1,002 calories diet per se, if I break it down into the carbohydrates of 20%, that equates to about 240 kilocalories a day that I can consume, which is also equals to about 60 grams of carbs. Oh my god, if I divide into 3 meals, each meal have 20 grams of carbs. Practically, I can half my rice already.
Quarter bowl.
Quarter bowl of rice only, okay? Yeah, maybe 2 spoonfuls, that's about 20 grams, okay? So because really I have to really cut the carbo itself, then the next portion of the macronutrients is protein, okay? Protein for us is about 45%. So if 1,002 kilocalories diet per se is about 540 kilocalories, or then that equates to about 135 grams of protein. Wow. Okay, because if let's say you guys have been watching our show, you know that actually for every gram of your body weight, we need about 1.2 times of the protein itself for us to maintain our calorie deficit. So this calculation of 45% protein actually reflects it because myself, I'm at 82 kg. So this 135 grams of protein is about 1.5 times of my body weight. So it's equivalent for me to maintain my calorie deficit and increase and also have a diet of to meet the 45% of the protein daily. Same thing for the fat itself. For us, the fat is about 35%, so that equates to about 46 grams of fat. But like what Jasmin mentioned just now, if let's say fat is the most dangerous kind of micronutrient that we can subconsciously or unknowingly take in more than required. So this percentage of fats, right? I mean, in terms of the gram, we have to be really careful about it. Yeah, because unknowingly your chicken rice probably can give me more than this amount of fat in one day. And this for me is a day's worth of fat itself. So definitely for endomorph people, I strongly encourage you to really track down your calories in the detailed counting.
Yeah, actually it's interesting because for endomorph, based on Shi Yun, if you're striving to achieve 1,200 calories a day, right? Carbohydrate and she being very careful, she is allowed 60 grams per day, and she mentioned that if you break it down into 20 grams, right? You know something? Half a cup of rice, it's already 18 gram of carbs. So
quarter my rice.
Yeah, so it's really it's you have to be very careful. Yeah, and especially carbohydrate. Yes, and fats are really it's very interesting. Yeah, so if you have any questions, we would love to. We are seeing a lot of comments here. Okay, we have like me, I'm with you. Okay. Yes, Mesomorph ideal stage. So we have covered actually the 3 body types that we want to share with you exactly. I think we want to basically just to have a quick recap again for tonight. Basically it is really about 70% diet, 30% workout. So really, always is about diet first. I remember always sharing with friends that a lot of people, they tend to forget and they say that they have every 3 times a week, they're very proud. They say that I go for a 5 kilometer short run in the morning, and then they feel so good because they feel that they have run 5 kilometers. Then after that, later part of the day, they went straight for the nasi lemak breakfast, lunch, and then dinner. So you have McDonald's. Basically, it's definitely a surpass already.
Yes.
So it's always about starting with the diet first. Exercise is important, but the portion that you really need to know is 70% diet. And tonight, like what Shi Yun and Jasmin has emphasized, is really not about just calories counting. Calorie counting is very important, right? Like form the basis, but Jasmin also, send a very clear message, isn't it? That it is more than just calories counting. It is about really knowing the macronutrients, and really understanding your 3 different body types, whether you are ectomorph, mesomorph, or endomorph, or the in-between, and then you're able to know exactly how much carbo, how much protein, how much fat, because that exactly will affect your calories intake in total. Okay, so you don't have to like every day go around with a calculator, but be very conscious about it. That when you look at your meal, how much carbohydrate, and that when we say carbohydrate includes fiber inside, so that is included itself, and then you look at the fats and the protein, and then you are able to work that amount quite carefully. So we hope that we actually shared a very important message with everybody. Basically, this is pretty much the end. Because before we are this already 35 minutes, and I'm not too sure if Shi Yun and Jasmin, do you have anything else that you want to emphasize, or
Yeah, actually, one thing I think most importantly is that I do realize that most of the times when people track your calories, etc., right, you actually use like apps where you actually give you the breakdown, when you put in the food, and then you actually break down to say that how many grams of fat, how many grams of protein, and how many grams of carbs. So I hope that by our sharing tonight, you can actually understand what this gram actually means. It's not just like you agak feel that 30 grams of carbohydrate very little only lah. It's not just that. It's actually a lot of things can make sense according to your body type and also according to your BMR. So it's a lot of things is relative to your own body composition as well. So always bear in mind that it's not about your gut feel about whether this gram is it very, very little. Actually, it's all about, you have to just go back that it's all relative to your own body composition also. And I think one last thing that I want to say is that it's very easy for us to detect things, food that is high in carbs, but it's also very, very important to detect things that is very high in fat. Because you see, you eat a cake, you don't really feel that it's fattening, right? After consumption, and when you look at the fats, then you realize that, oh my God, I've eaten so much fat, right? So a lot of things is just not just what you see on the plate itself. It's also about whether you actually bother to go and find what actually goes into the things that you eat every day.
Certainly.
What about you, Shi Yun?
Yes, like what Jasmin mentioned, it's really about the macronutrient aspect that you really have to look into. I know it's difficult for us to, on a daily basis, go around tracking our food, but like what Stephanie also did mention, we have to be very conscious about when we look at this plate of food, we don't look at it as a chicken rice or nasi lemak per se. We have to look into how much carbo it can give you, how much protein it can give you, and how much fat it brings you. So with this in mind, we keep reminding ourselves on a daily basis. As long as it becomes a habit, I think it's much more easier for us to track our own calorie count on a daily basis. So definitely it's very easy to overeat. We really track ourselves. So do remember, based on your own body type, if you are ectomorph, you are looking at to gain weight, definitely you have to have calorie surplus. But if you are like endomorph, like me myself, we have to look at the calorie deficit. So we really have to be really careful on how much we are inputting on a daily basis.
Okay, so I hope we hope that we have some really good takeaways for tonight. The key message is really 70% diet and more than just calorie counting. Moving on, yes, we are definitely continuing, with our Change Your Body, program, because weight management is a lifelong journey, and actually throughout the past few months, pretty much we have also formed and started to maintain very good habits. I think it's very important. And with that, we also want to encourage any one of you who hasn't started, your weight management journey. It's never too late. Join us. And for those who are still, in the process of, achieving your goals, we welcome you to just stay tuned to we have, our Facebook page. Join our community, look out for our updates, and not to forget, every Sunday we'll be out there somewhere scenic to do our exercise. So without fail, this Sunday we will also be at the same time 10:30 doing our cardio and strength training exercise with everybody. So I think firstly we'll see you very soon on Sunday, and then we will moving on. We also want to go deeper into the diet portion, and we'll be sharing with you a lot more of this. So have a great weekend ahead, and thank you for joining us tonight. And we see you on Sunday.
See you on Sunday. Bye bye.